Okay, to turn it on, there's a power supply up here at the top.
Okay.
And most everything is plugged into it.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is turn on the power supply first, which all this stuff is plugged into. And there's a little switch right up here at the top, and it's got a bar around it. You put your finger behind that bar and push it, and it turns the power supply on. Now the amplifiers are not on because if they came on with this, they'd make a popping sound.
Okay.
So what we do now, we turn the amps on. So you turn this on first, the amps on second, and you put. It looks like they're on because they're blue, but they'll get bluer when you turn them on. Just press that button. There's 2 amps, and press that button. Everything should be on now.
So there were 3 steps. Turn it on here, back up, and then done whatever you said you're gonna do. And you said you put your finger up in.
Yeah, you'll feel a little bar up in there. Feel that bar?
Yeah.
Okay, right behind us is a switch that goes up and down. And you just find the side that's sticking out and push it in. You feel it behind the bar? It's right behind the bar. Just stick your finger down behind the bar. If we could take this thing off, I could show you.
No, he got locked. But I didn't see him.
I can open that. Locks is for honest people. I'll tell you what. Wait. It's not the lip that does it. It's right behind. It's a switch like this. See that? It's one just like that. And it's behind the bar. The bar is kind of coming out around it like that. But let me show you. You can see it. See that? See that switch behind that bar? Yeah, that's it. And so you press the top or the bottom, whichever one. I think it's on now, and you can feel which one's sticking out. You just press it. It's a rocker switch, just like this. And so that turns everything on. Everything should be on. You were talking about something about a TV playing a video.
This video that I'm making now?
Yeah, the only way you can do that is hook a VCR up to that. I mean, the VCR.
No, I'm going to take this screen to the TV.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. DVD, you can't play a DVD from here over that.
No, I'm going to take this on my phone and shoot it to the TV.
Oh,
so
okay.
So everybody can see how.
Oh, I got you. Now, this right here turns on the speaker and right here, and turns on the speaker in the offices. That's what that does. And you do that right over here. Okay. Now, you want to go over the mixer?
Yes.
Next. Have you got a CD that we can stick in there and kind of help show you what does what?
Right there.
Switch up here. You have to turn this switch on to turn on the CD player and the microphones, I think. Yeah. To turn on the wireless mics and the CD player and the recorder, you have to turn this on. So that's in addition to turning on the front here.
Okay.
And you can kind of tell what it does. All you have to do is look at everything and turn it, and you'll see the lights pop on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably another one for this over here in the TV screen and everything. So now we put our CD in. Oops, already went in there. I'll just leave that in. Close it up, and then you have to choose number 1 here, which is number 1 right here. You have to choose the tray that you just put one in. You see it's starting. There's starting now. Okay, then it goes over here, and the way you can tell what channel it's on, the green light will be blinking, and it says number 5. It doesn't say anything about being a CD player, but it is. But you can just look there's a green light. You can see it better if I take the light off of it. It's muted right now. It's on red. So that means stop. That means nothing's going through it. Well, it's not leaving the mixer. Now, if we take that off, now it's down pretty far before you start getting sound. So if we want to make it less sensitive, we go up here to the top and turn the gain control down right here, top button. Turn that down a little bit. Then we got more room to move. Turn it down a little more. You can turn more bass on. You can put more bass on it by turning the bass button. Or no bass. You can put more highs on it with the high. Or muffled. You have your mid-range. I leave that somewhere in that area there. You just have to do that according to what you think is good. Now, we don't have any monitor on, so they're not hearing any music in the choir. Because this is your this is what turns it up in the speaker going toward the choir. Is your monitor 1. So if we turn this monitor 1 up, then we have music going to the choir. 2 separate systems. This is your master. This turn, just like these are the master for these. This is the master for these, all the way across. So whatever microphone you're using, except the choir mics, we don't put any monitor on the choir mics because choir mics are for people out here. Mm-hmm. So we can get it if they up in the choir and they say this, which you can't hardly see them, but if they do this, that means don't mess with this. Keep that good for the audience, but go up here and turn this up. Give them a little more, a little less, whatever you need to do. You know, they were saying one Sunday they couldn't get it, they couldn't hear in the choir. It's because he was turning this up instead of that. So when this goes up, it doesn't affect the main. See, no main speakers coming out because I got this off. It just affects just the speakers in the choir. And I got it, choir speakers, see, right here. Choir speakers, and I mean all of these. If somebody's singing a solo on the handheld wireless mic, then it'd be right here would be the main speaker, and this would turn them up on the choir speaker so they could hear themselves up in the choir. So if they're singing, they say, I can't hear myself. You don't do it here, you do it here. All the way across. I mean, and if you want to mute it, you just mute it and it cuts it off. And of course, like it is right now is the way it should be when you come in church. Everything's muted. So you can, when it's time for church to start, if the piano is going to play first, I don't know if that's the piano or a mic at the piano. Is it the piano? I guess it is, yeah. But this is your piano, so you can control turn the piano on, and if he's playing a solo before church or something, you can do it here. You can put this in the monitor, put the piano in the monitor going toward the choir right here, all the way across, same as over here. If somebody's going to sing a solo with a wireless mic, then this will be for the main speaker. You can hear it out here, so you can adjust it for the people that are sitting out here in the audience. But if they need to hear their self up there, you do it up here. This, when I turn this up or down, it won't affect this one. And that's why you get feedback sometimes, because some people are trying to turn this up to get it louder in the choir, and it causes both of them to go up at the same time, and so you get feedback. All the way across. Monitor, main.
Yeah, you said it's right here.
Well, this is the CD player.
Mm-hmm.
So might need to.
See, I see what they did. They put 5 here and 5 there.
Okay, I'm gonna put CD player.
And the wireless mic.
Well, it's already got wireless there.
Yes, okay.
Right.
And you're saying come in here and make sure it is on.
So that's your CD player. Now, the way this is set up, if it ever gets out of whack, off real bad, where you have maybe something way down here, which it shouldn't be down there, unless maybe it's a CD player and they've got the gain turned up too much, you can do that. If it ever gets out of whack, you go here till you see 0 right here on the main. Push them to 0. You go along and set everyone on 0. Now, if it starts screaming and hollering, that means that the gain controls are too loud or turned up too much. This is a sensitivity control. It makes the mic or whatever's coming in hotter or less hot. So you just you take everything, put it on 0, and if it screams at you, you turn these back, then push them back on 0, these on 0, and you go along and test each mic, testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and adjust this to a comfortable level with these on 0. That's simple. And if you understand that one principle, you're 90% there. Then you go back and you may want to put more bass. Of course, you have different people talking on the same mic. So you just kind of get a happy medium with your bass and your treble. And if you do that, then you'll be pretty much on target either way. But if people hold the mic down here, you know, they need to hold the mic up here. Not right in the mouth, but somewhere up there. And so you can get as much volume as you want out of this board if you just work it, you know, like it's supposed to be. And then, of course, your tones, like I say, your treble, your mids, and your bass. You don't need to mess with these unless somebody messes them up, and you've got to go back. This is your reverb buttons right here. You don't use these. I don't have anything here, see? No labels. We're not using this. Reverb is this section right here. This I think we got it on voice enhancement. How long it's going to last, and I put it somewhere around straight up. Now, you don't want reverbs when somebody's talking because it'll linger a little bit, but when somebody's singing, it really helps that. So you probably want to experiment with that if you're going to use it before service and see how much you need. Like if they're on a handheld mic here, and this is the master reverb, same as this up here. You got a master right here. This is the way you set it by what reverb you want, and then how much you put on each individual mic is done right here. So you have somebody testing 1, 2, 3, and kind of listen to it and see if it's how the sustain is. If you want to leave reverb on it, which there's some on here, when somebody's going to talk on that wireless mic, you can just hit that button and it will mute the reverb. So you don't have to go back over here and constantly turn it down, turn it back up, turn it down, turn it back up. You can just mute it, just like you do the channels. Then when somebody gets up to sing, you turn them on and you pop the reverb on and let them do the thing. And then after that, if you want to turn the reverb off, hit that, mute their mic, you're ready for the next person that's going to do something. That way, if you have these off and just have on the ones they're using, you have a lot less chance of feedback. And of course, the choir mics are right here, so when they're ready to sing, you turn them on. They got this turned down right much.
I don't think they use them.
Huh?
I don't think they use them.
They don't. Why not?
They say you can hear people talking. I'll do whatever.
Well,
I asked the same question.
Well,
Don't you hang there on my
that's
right?
good, but okay. But if they don't want to hear the talking when the choir's through, mute it. Don't leave them on, because you will hear them say, "Wish the preacher quit preaching." Oh, look at Johnny out there. He sure looks bad today. But yeah, they will do that. But that's the reason you mute it. Of course, when they're singing, they're not going to be talking. You know. You got a 0 right there. You
You should bring them up to 0.
And so that's the way that works. I put a little more on your choir mics because that'll make them sound fuller, because they're in a little hole up there with a thing around it, and the mics will bring it out a whole lot more. And that's basically it. You're coming out here, going to your recorder, and of course whatever goes. Can't record?